Look at the front of your bank card right now. Your full card number, your name, and the expiry date are printed there in raised plastic, and you hand this thing to strangers all day long. A barista sees it. A waiter walks off with it for 2 whole minutes. A camera above the till can read it in a single frame. By every rule of common sense, you should have been robbed 100 times over by now. Yet you have not been. So here is the promise. In the next 10 minutes, you will understand exactly why that visible number is almost useless to a thief, and you will meet the silent bouncers that decide the word approved in the 2 seconds before your receipt prints. Money is the one thing almost everybody is afraid of losing, and card fraud is a real monster, not a scare story. Criminals pull card details out of breached websites by the million. They glue tiny skimmers onto real payment machines. They snap photos of the plastic while it sits face up on a table. If the printed number alone were enough to pull cash out of your account, the whole system would collapse in a single afternoon. Every online store, every tap at a coffee counter, every subscription you forgot about would be a wide open door. The problem the entire card industry has to solve is brutal and simple. How do you let billions of strangers touch your account details every single day and still make those details worthless to a thief? You cannot just hide the number, because a shop has to read it to know who is paying. So the answer was never to hide it. The answer was to make the number, on its own, do almost nothing. Here is the one idea the whole video hangs on. Burn this into your memory. The number on your card is not a password, and it never was. It is more like your home address. Knowing where you live does not let someone walk into your house, because the address is not the key. It is just a label that points to the right place. In exactly the same way, your card number just tells the bank which account to look at. The real permission to move money comes from a secret the bank never prints anywhere, on the card or off it, a secret that changes with every single payment. So steal the address all you want. Photograph it, leak it, sell it. Without the key that is generated fresh each time, you are still standing outside a locked door with a piece of paper that only says whose door it is. So what actually happens in those 2 seconds after you tap? Let us slow the tap right down and watch the bouncers do their jobs, one at a time. You tap or insert the card, and the tiny gold chip wakes up. That chip is a real computer, and it holds a secret cryptographic key that was burned in at the factory and can never be read back out, not by a thief, not by the shop, not even by you. The payment terminal hands the chip the details of this exact purchase, the amount, the date, and a fresh random number, and asks the chip to sign it. The chip mixes those details with its hidden key and a counter that ticks up every payment, and produces a one-time code called a cryptogram. That cryptogram is unique to this one purchase. Change the amount by a single cent, and the code comes out completely different. Copy it and try to reuse it tomorrow, and it is dead on arrival, because the counter moved on and the bank will never accept the same combination twice. The cryptogram races to your bank, which holds the matching secret and quietly recomputes what the correct code should have been. If the two match, the bank knows the real chip was physically present, not a photo, not a clone, not a stolen number typed into a website. At the very same moment, a fraud engine scores the payment in a few milliseconds. It asks quiet questions. Is this your usual city? Is this a normal amount for you? Did another payment just happen in a different country 2 minutes ago? A risky pattern can freeze the whole thing or ask for extra proof, even when the cryptogram was perfect. The chip proves the card is real. The fraud engine judges whether the person holding it probably is. Only when the chip check and the fraud score both pass does the word approved flash up and the receipt start to print. All of that, the computer on the chip, the one-time code, the recompute back at the bank, and the fraud scoring, finished before you could even put your wallet away. Now scale that up to the size of the whole planet. Around the world, people make hundreds of billions of card payments every single year, moving tens of trillions of dollars. And the fraud that actually slips through all of these checks is under 0.1% of the money that moves. Think about how staggering that number really is. Billions of strangers handle visible card numbers all day long, and almost none of it turns into theft, because the number was never the key in the first place. Online is where this gets even cleverer, because there is no chip to tap and no gold contact to touch. So the card networks quietly swap your real number for a token, a stand and number tied to just one shop or one phone. When you pay with your phone, the store never even sees your real card, only a useless placeholder that works nowhere else. That is why a token leaked in one breach cannot drain your account anywhere else. It only ever worked in the one place it was born, On top of that, many online payments add a second check, a quick approval inside your banking app, so a stranger holding only your digits still cannot finish the sale. And when a charge does somehow slip through everything, there is one last safety net: the chargeback, where the bank claws the money back from the merchant and drops it straight back into your account. Your card number is an address, not a key. The real key is a secret code the chip generates fresh for every payment, and no thief can guess it, reuse it, or read it off the plastic. Subscribe to Tech with Joel for the hidden machinery behind the everyday tech you already trust with your money. Here's my question for you. Would you feel safer tapping your card or paying with your phone? And do you actually know which one hides your real card number behind a token? Drop your answer in the comments. Next long form, we open up the ATM, and I show you why a machine stuffed with cash on a public street corner is one of the hardest targets a thief can ever pick. Subscribe to Tech with Joel.